Welcome everybody to the Texas Association for College Admissions Counseling Virtual College Fair. And thank you for joining us today. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are both off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening, so be sure to sign up for any additional sessions that you would like. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Texas. And with that being said, I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter. So the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, can you join us, please?
Sure, and I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. All right. Let's. All right, so I have 6 minutes. My name is Jalen Lewis with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Explore possibilities, create memories, and find yourself here. Here at UL, we have about 19,403 students, with the population being made up of 57% female, 43% male. We have students from all 50 states and over 70 countries on our campus. The average freshman ACT scores are 23.7, with the student to faculty ratio of a 22 students per faculty member. With that being said, we are the second largest institution in the state of Louisiana, but you still get the small college feel when it comes to the classroom sizes. Explore your academic passion. Here at UL, we have more than 100 undergraduate majors within 8 colleges, our top 4 being engineering, nursing, business, and education. Louisiana.edu is our official website where you'll find pretty much anything you need. The main thing you'll need is the application. We are not on the Common App. So for all of our students, you must go to our official website to do so. Once that application has been submitted, we do look for supporting documentation such as your high school's transcript and your ACT or SAT scores if you have taken the test. If you have not taken that test, we do have alternative options as we are somewhat of a test optional school at the moment. Admissions requirements. So being that we are in the Texas area, for our non-Louisiana residents, if you take the ACT, we're looking for 18 in the ACT English and a 19 in the ACT Math. In the event that you take the SAT, we're looking for a 500 in the evidence in reading and writing and a 510 in the SAT Math with a 2.0 cumulative GPA unweighted. And then you must also meet one of the following Louisiana requirements, whether that's you meet all of them or have completed 17 plus units of the Louisiana Core 4 curriculum, which will be calculated by us within our processing department. In the event that you do not, there are alternative routes as such as you meeting the composite score of a 23 on the ACT or an 1130. If you happen to have a 26 or higher, you will automatically be looked at for acceptance into our university, or a 1230 on the SAT composite as well. One thing that I do like to tell our non-Louisiana resident students, if mom or dad has attended institution in the state of Louisiana, you can qualify for in-state tuition. You won't have to pay out-of-state tuition and fees. We do have a couple of transfer student requirements. If any of you are thinking about transferring in, be eligible to return to the most recent institution attended, and you must meet one of the following, whether that's have an associate degree from a regionally accredited institution, 24 or more credit hours earned with a 2.25 cumulative GPA and a C or better in freshman English and college algebra, or if you have less than 24 credit hours earned with a 2.25 cumulative GPA and you meet all of the first-time freshman admissions requirements, which were on that previous slide. Once you have been accepted into the university, your next step is to apply for financial aid in TOPS. Being that we are in the state of Texas, TOPS does not count for you all, but you can apply for your financial aid. Financial aid opens up in the state of Louisiana October 1st. Once that has been done, you can definitely go ahead and apply for housing. Housing is a first come, first serve basis for us. There's a small survey you'll fill out to get to know you as a student. That way we can pair you with a student that has some of the same characteristics and hobbies and things as you. And within our housing, we do have living learning communities where you can room with students who are going down the exact same academic journey that you are choosing to go down when it comes to your program of study. Get social with us. You can find us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. That would be the best way to know what's going on campus, what we have going on within our offices. So definitely stay apart and up to date to that. And then on this slide, there's my contact information. You can reach me through my email at jalen.lewis@louisiana.edu, or you can reach me through my work cell phone at 469-744-5048. If you can't capture this information, it can be found on the official website at louisiana.edu. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, contact me.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Jalen. Next up, we are going to have the Catholic University of America. I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Let me go ahead and share my screen here so we can go get started. Perfect. Well, welcome everybody today. Thank you guys for taking some time out of your evenings. My name is Kevin Medina. I am the Senior Admission Counselor at the Catholic University of America, working with students in Texas. I'm also our Spanish-speaking counselor in the office. The Catholic University of America is located right in our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. So a little bit about Catholic U by the numbers. We are on the smaller side for student body, so we have about 3,100 undergraduate students, about 2,600 graduate and law students. About 80% of our students do identify as Catholic. That being said, you do not have to be Catholic whatsoever to attend the university. We are welcoming of all faiths, backgrounds, races, ethnicities. Currently, we have students from all 50 states in the United States, and about 46 different countries spanning the entire globe. We have about over 70 different undergraduate degree programs, 60 minors and certificate programs. And as I mentioned earlier, we do try and keep everything relatively small. So average class size is going to be right around 19 students with a 10-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Catholic University was actually founded as a research institute. We are actually the second oldest graduate research institute in the United States, and we have 31 research centers on our campus. What's great about being a research institute is that is really bled into all different degrees. So any student across any major can start participating in research as early as their freshman year, which is a great opportunity. We sit on 176 acres of land, which actually makes us the largest self-contained campus in Washington, D.C. Essentially, the way that I describe it to students is that we are in a bubble. All of our academic buildings, our dorms, our athletic fields, performing arts centers are right here on campus, right in the heart of DC. The way that I best describe it to students is that we are a metropolitan campus, but only when they want it to be. Our students get a very traditional college campus on the greenest campus in Washington, DC, but we are right outside of kind of downtown. So they get the best of both worlds. They can get to have that fast-paced city lifestyle every day, every weekend for their internship, but they don't have to be surrounded by it 24/7, which is really refreshing for our students. As I mentioned, we have over 70 undergraduate degree programs with over 60 different minors and certificate programs. Here you can see the 9 schools of study that are at the undergraduate level. They're specifically highlighted by our School of Business, our School of Nursing, School of Engineering, and Architecture, as well as our politics program, obviously being in Washington, D.C. We are also home to the only music, drama, and art school in the city. As a part of your application, you will automatically be considered for our university honors program. There is no separate application, and about 10% of our students get selected. Those students that do get selected do have a wide variety of benefits to being in the program. There's honors housing, there's you take a specific number of honors courses, you get to take a course with the president of the university, there's honors excursions as well as honors study abroad trips, and you will receive an additional scholarship as well. So looking at the application as a whole, we're going to be obviously looking at your high school transcript, 2 letters of recommendation. We are Common App exclusive, so you will only find our application on the Common App, as well as a Catholic University statement, which is basically just why you're interested in Catholic specifically. We're going to be looking at your progression through high school, strength of curriculum, activities, service leadership, interview, interesting Catholic things of that sort. We do not charge an application fee whatsoever. And starting this year and moving forward, Catholic University is test blind. That means that we do not look at the SAT or ACT for any student whatsoever. And it really just came about because of obviously COVID and really an access thing. So we are completely test blind for students. So here's a brief breakdown of our application timeline. Our application will open up August 1st, November 1st, January 15th are our two deadlines, and students will find out no later than January 1st and March 15th, respectively. So as a part of your application, similarly to our honors program, you will automatically be considered for university scholarships and merit awards. Last year, they ranged from $17,000 to $32,000 a year. We also offer what's called our parish and our legacy grant. These are for students who are a part of a Catholic parish or have had a parent, grandparent, or sibling graduate from the university. And they're $4,000 and $1,000 respectively. We also offer a few full tuition scholarships, which is for our highest achieving students. So what's next? Definitely stay connected with me as your counselor. Again, we also offer interviews. We do have a virtual tour on our website. Follow us on our social media. And I will note that we are open on campus. So if you are interested or happen to be in the Washington, D.C. area, I encourage you to come and register for an in-person campus tour. Thank you, guys.
Thank you for sharing, Kevin. Next up, we are going to have Lynn College.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Well, my name is Federico Glitman. I'm excited to welcome you to Lynn University here in Boca Raton, Florida. One of the things I really want us to focus on today is really not so much about the acceptance rate, because at the end of the day, you should not make a decision based on acceptance rates. You should base it on 3 C's: the community, the culture, and the career placement. We're in a tropical paradise. We're 4 miles from the beach. We're right between West Palm Beach and Fort Lauderdale. But most importantly, in our location, we have over 1,500 multinational corporations, which is why our city is the 12th fastest growing metropolitan area in the United States. And when it's 75 degrees in January, it's not a bad deal at all. One of the things I really want us to focus on is that at Lynn University, you're going to be a big fish in a small pond. We are represented by 97 nations, 47 different states, but what's more important is all your courses are taught by actual faculty members. There's no auditoriums, there's no lecture halls. Everything is that one-on-one individualized approach. In the midst of COVID-19, we went into a new block schedule. What does that mean for you? You only take 1 or 2 courses every 4 weeks, Monday through Thursday, and guess what? You'll have Fridays off, and then after 4 weeks, you'll go into a new course. So you can be so much more concentrated, focused on that one topic, and we've seen a huge increase in attendance and GPA. Now, not to scare you, but it takes an average student 5.5 years to graduate college. At Lynn University, you can actually finish in 3 years instead of 4. And the best part about us, we will pay you 24 credits for you to finish early. We're an Apple Distinguished School. The key thing I want you to take away from that is don't come to Lynn just because we're giving you an iPad Pro. Come to Lynn because of the ecosystem. All the books have been pre-downloaded. They've been written by our faculty members. So it's an interactive, engaged way of learning. During the presidential debate, every morning we would see what Donald Trump and Joe Biden tweeted, and we would ask our students, how does that make you feel? We do have 6 colleges. If you're interested in becoming a pilot and you want to fly from Texas to Florida, we have a College of Aeronautics. Our College of Business has over 1,500 multinational corporations. Our College of Communication and Design, our students actually worked on the largest grossing film in history, the Avengers Endgame. We do have a College of Education, Arts and Sciences, where we partner up with Washington, D.C., and you can actually become a difference maker there. And we have a Conservatory of Music, where if you're a highly talented musician, you can be provided a full tuition scholarship. Now, all those 6 colleges and all those internships and opportunities really come back to one key thing. We have a 92% career placement upon a year of graduation. As you can see, some of our top employers come from all over the world. Apple, Disney, Marriott, Merrill Lynch, ESPN, and the Boca Raton Regional Hospital is one of the largest hospitals in the state of Florida. It's only 5 minutes away from campus. So definitely be prepared to have your, to really get involved and really captivate everything that you're learning. We have a new core curriculum. When I say new, it's about 10 years old. But what we really focus on is developing you for the skills that you'll need for jobs that aren't existing yet. So we focus on thinking critically, communicating effectively, solving problems creatively. So instead of taking English, math, and science your first 2 years, you actually take them during your 4 years, but you start your major from day one. The first 3 there, they replaced the traditional English courses. So some great courses you'll have: Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, From Oedipus to Oprah, Black Lives Matter, in which we focus on what's going on in today's society. For quantitative reasoning, what we focus on is, instead of A plus B divided by D and try to find X, we're going to show you how to manage a checkbook, mortgage a house, finance a car, interest rates, APRs. Is it better for you to have a 15 or a 30-year mortgage rate? If you're not a pre-med student, you'll take scientific literacy. So my favorite thing about that is we'll take you to the beach and we're going to ask you, why is it that every time you go to the water, it's just a little bit closer to inland? Once you graduate from Lynn, statistics show that you learn 87% more than other institutions in the United States, but we're going to prepare you for that new job that is going to be popular 10 years from now that maybe hasn't opened up yet. We have 6 residence halls. A key thing with us, our cafeteria is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's unlimited meals. And we have something called the First 40. So when you first arrive on campus, for the first 6 weeks, there's an event every single day for you. Greek life, clubs, events, organizations. Our purpose is to grow your self-esteem and self-confidence during your first semester at Lynn, so you know you can tackle this.
Thank you for sharing, Federico. Next up on our list, we have Loyola University, New Orleans.
Good evening. Hello. Welcome, everyone. My name is Ricky Alarcon, and I'm with Loyola University, New Orleans. And as I'm getting my slides ready here, I'm a regional representative. I live in the city of Dallas, Texas. So I'm what they call a regional representative. We do get quite a few of our students from the state of Texas. So I am a representative. I cover the whole state. So again, welcome. Loyola New Orleans is located in the city of New Orleans. We're basically an institution around 3,200. We are a private Catholic Jesuit institution, and I'll go over about that here in a little bit. Our student population, again, under 3,200 students. We offer 130 different student organizations, 110 different academic programs. You can see our average class size and our student to faculty ratio listed there. So our school, we usually attract students that kind of want a smaller setting school, but offer great opportunities for our students to do research, to do study abroad and internships. And this is just a breakdown of the class of fall of 2020. A lot of our students do come from out of state. As you see here, a lot of our students are first in their family to go to college, and then the female to male breakdown. And of course, we're very proud of the population of students of color that come attend here. I think it just reflects the city, the diverse of New Orleans, and the culture, the rich culture, and the language and the history here. So we are located in the uptown neighborhood of New Orleans, which is basically about 15 minutes west of downtown. There is a lot of things to do around our campus. Actually, Audubon Park is this huge, large green space that's just located just south of us, where students can just relax, read a book either before or after class, or maybe take that bike and go for a ride. One thing I did not know is that New Orleans, there's a lot of TV and movies that are made here. So if you ever saw that movie Happy Death Day, it's a horror movie, that's pretty much filmed right here in our campus. Again, I mentioned earlier that we're a Jesuit institution, meaning that we reflect a lot of our philosophy and our mantra is men and women, for and with others. So a lot of our students are involved in community service, service learning projects, and giving back to the community. Again, students don't have to be from the Catholic faith, and we do invite students from all different faiths and backgrounds. Really quick, as my time is coming up here, we are separated to 3 different colleges. The College of Music and Media is probably what we're mostly known for. The College of Business and the College of Arts and Sciences. The College of Music and Media house a lot of our traditional music programs, vocal, performance, theater, but we also have some programs that you might maybe not have heard of. Music therapy, using your musical talents to help others. Digital filmmaking, the music industry studies, where students not only learn about your talent, but you also learn the business side, how to get paid for your music and how to negotiate contracts. Number 2 is our business school. We are a port city, meaning that trade and commerce is very heavy here in our community. So accounting, management, international business, those tend to be the popular ones. Number 3 is our sciences. We offer chemistry, biology. We actually offer specializations in marine biology, pre-med to get you ready for that medical school. And actually, we're going to start our nursing program starting this fall. And then 4 and 5, psychology and criminology rounds up the top 5. But again, we're a liberal arts institution, so we encourage our students to try different majors and go into different programs. So double majoring, adding minors is highly, highly encouraged. And of course, we do offer opportunities to do research here on our campus. Our business school is AACSB accredited, meaning that we have the best faculty, best opportunities to do research, best internships for our students once they are here. And of course, our music and media, which actually has a smaller student to faculty ratio. So we do offer opportunities to do study abroad, visit different countries, our honors program for those students that are looking for more of a discussion-based classes that they'll take. And again, opportunities to do further research and other seminars. But this last minute, I do want to spend just a little bit about our admission requirements. Just like my colleagues mentioned earlier, we are also test blind, meaning we are not looking at test scores for either admissions or scholarships. So that kind of helps students. Because we were seeing a lot of students having difficulties taking those exams. So we want to take that burden off of you. So this is what we're going to look at. We are going to look at your high school transcript. We're going to look at the rigor, the courses that you take, your grades, letter of recommendations, personal statement, which is your essay. We are on the common application. And as you notice, there's no application fee. So we encourage our students to apply. If students want to go into the different music and media majors, just to kind of let you know, there might be additional portfolios, interviews, or video auditions that students will have to submit. And just to give you an idea about our scholarships, we offer some great merit scholarships starting at $11,000 a year, and they can go up to $23,000 a year. And these are 4-year scholarships. And we also have some great leadership scholarship as well. Our Nation Scholarship is our full tuition scholarship that we give out to students, again, making a big difference on their community. So again, I'm just going to give up the remainder of my time back to the group. But again, if you do want to reach out, we are open for tours. We have in-person tours, and we actually have some virtual tours. So make sure you reach out to me. Here's my contact information, and I will put that up also on the chat so you can reach out to me. Again, thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Thank you so much, Ricky. And last up, we have Louisiana Tech University. So if you can project your video, that would be really appreciated.
Alrighty. Hey, everyone. My name's Sarah Broussard, and I'm the Houston Regional Representative for Louisiana Tech University. So I live here in Houston, and I am so excited to share with you a little bit about my alma mater today. So Louisiana Tech, just to give you a general overview, is located in Ruston, Louisiana, about 4 hours from the DFW area, 5 hours from Houston, and 6 hours from the Austin area. We're a Tier 1 public research institution. We're mid-sized. We have around 12,000 students, and we're in the northern part of the state. We are on the quarter system at Louisiana Tech, which is probably a little bit different than some of the other institutions you may be looking at. So we have 3 quarters in the academic school year. We have fall, winter, and spring quarter, in which students take 3 to 4 classes and earn 9 to 12 credit hours with the potential to earn 36 credit hours in a school year. And this leads us to the lowest time to degree completion in the state of Louisiana at 4.1 years. With that being said, students pay less for their education if they graduate sooner and enter the workforce earning money sooner. And that's kind of the goal of going to college, right? So it's really awesome. We have over 100 majors spread across 5 different academic colleges at Louisiana Tech. And we have 160 different student organizations, so a lot of ways to get involved. And we also are D1 in athletics. So if you're looking for a school with school spirit and great football, basketball, softball games to go enjoy, Louisiana Tech definitely has that. Just to go into our admissions requirements, we do require an 18 on the English portion of the ACT or a 500 on the SAT, evidence-based reading and writing, a 510 on the math portion of the SAT, or a 19 on the ACT, and a 2.5 GPA. We do work on a little bit of a pulley system, so if you have specific questions, please feel free to reach out to me about our admissions requirements. As far as affordability and scholarships, we do have an awesome scholarship called the Bulldog Out of State Scholarship. So if students have a 23 on the ACT or an 1130 SAT and a 2.5 GPA, this dramatically decreases out-of-state tuition and fees. So tuition is approximately $10,000 instead of $19,000. So that's really wonderful. We also have our merit-based scholarships that range from $2,000 to $9,500 per year. Again, these are based on ACT or SAT and GPA. These start at a 23 on the ACT or an 1130 SAT and a 3.0 GPA. There's no separate application needed for these scholarships. So basically, we're an extremely affordable institution outside of the state of Texas. Really super simple application process. We do have an institutional app at latech.edu. We don't require any letters of recommendation or essays. Our application opens on June 1st. We're on rolling admission, so students can be admitted as early as the summer before their senior year. Now, just to kind of hit a few program highlights, please feel free to browse all of these majors as I go through. The College of Applied Natural Science, we do have the only accredited forestry program in the state of Louisiana. So our graduates are highly sought after. We have a 900-acre farm for our animal science students. We have animal science pre-vet, which is top in the state of Louisiana. And then we also have livestock management as well as equine science. For our College of Business, we have amazing real world experience for our students, including a student managed investment fund, as well as our Bulldog marketing consultants. We have 94% job placement within the first 6 months after graduation. For our College of Education, we're number 4 in the nation for elementary education, and we're number 1 in the state for kinesiology. For our engineering program, we were ranked number 2 by College Gazette of engineering schools as good as the Ivies. And I believe that's because of our Living with the Lab program, which is a curriculum that is project-based and hands-on from day 1 of instruction. And then our College of Liberal Arts. We have a music industry studies program, which is absolutely incredible. We have an amazing recording studio on campus and a student-run record label for students that might be interested in music production. We have professional aviation, which is AABI accredited, highly competitive program. We have an architecture program, as well as interdisciplinary studies for students who may want to create their own major or aren't quite sure what they want to do yet. Again, my name is Sarah Broussard. If you have any questions whatsoever about Louisiana Tech, please feel free to reach out. I encourage you to apply, and I look forward to hearing from you. Go Bulldogs.
Great. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing. So folks, we are pretty much done with the colleges that are here now. So I encourage you to use the Q&A chat so that you can ask the representative some questions. I have a couple of them that I'm going to go ahead and moderate, and we're going to go in the same order that we presented in order for us to get these questions out. So if I can have the University of Louisiana at Lafayette join me, and please answer in 30 seconds, what advice would you give someone going through the college application process?
The number one thing I would definitely say is weigh out all of your options. Don't jump on the first thing smoking. Make sure that you are touring these campuses if you are allowed to get on their campuses, because once you step on their campus, you'll know which one feels like home to you. So that's the number one thing that I would tell you.
Perfect. Thank you, Jalen. That was great advice. The Catholic University of America.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would definitely agree. If you have the opportunity, because I know it hasn't been for everyone at this point, but if you have the opportunity to visit a campus, definitely do so, even if it's a university that you may not be totally sold on. It'll at least give you the chance to see what a college university is all about. In addition to that, I would just really, really encourage you to connect with whoever your admission counselor is. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you out and make the process as smooth as possible. So it's really important to start to build those relationships with your admission counselor.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. The Lynn University, could you join us, please?
Yeah, I think the best advice I can give you is that this isn't a competition of who gets into what school, but rather the application really has to become a testament of who you've been the last 4 years and who you're planning to become in the next 4 years. Once more, this isn't who gets into where, it's where are you going to be the right fit student at the right fit school. There's over 4,000 schools. You're going to find your future home.
Thank you so much for that. Loyola University of New Orleans.
Yes, good comments from my colleagues here. But yes, make sure you do some research on the institution. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of times students go to where their friends would like to go, or what's the big name out there. But use resources like College Board and Niche, as far as these are databases that students can look at and look to see what colleges fit what you're looking for. Is it the size? What major are they offering? Are they in a large city or a small town? I mean, everyone's kind of unique, and kind of look at that and see what their schools are offering, and definitely visit if you can get a chance to.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. And then last up, we will wrap up this question with Louisiana Tech University.
Yeah, absolutely. So similar to what everybody else has said, definitely try to visit campus, but also think about those non-negotiables. Of course, first, what do you want to study? So make sure whatever universities you're looking at have what you want to study. Think about size, community, what type of area are you looking for? Do you want metropolitan, rural, those types of things? I know it sounds really silly, but for me, I wanted to go to a university with oak trees, and Louisiana Tech happened to fit the bill. Something as silly and small as that, but just start thinking of those things that really mean a lot to you.
Thank you so much, folks. So we're going to go back around and answer the next question. And this next question is, what is a favorite event or tradition that you have on campus? And again, we can start off with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
Okay, so one major tradition we have is our walk of honor. Every student that graduates from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette will have a brick with their name engraved on it, and we lay those bricks around on campus. They start out in the quad, and I think now they have reached right outside of our student union. So that's one of my favorite traditions, because you get to walk around and just see the lineage of all the people who've come through our campus.
Perfect. And the next up is the Catholic University of America.
Yeah, so one of my favorite kind of traditions and things on campus is obviously, as I mentioned, we're located in Washington, D.C. And one of the really big things that makes Washington, D.C. unique and is really kind of close to our hearts is the cherry blossoms that bloom every year at a specific time of the year, right at the beginning of spring. It's really beautiful. And there's a huge cherry blossom festival in Washington, D.C. But one of the cool things about Catholic is that we have them all over our campus as well. So right at the beginning, first week of April this year, they're going to be blooming, and it really just enhances the beauty of our campus. And we kind of have our own mini cherry blossom festival to celebrate that as well.
Man, that sounds incredible. I look forward to seeing that myself. Thank you so much for sharing that. Lynn University, do you have anything to add?
Sure. So on our side, one of the great things about us is we really don't have traditions because every single year we have new clubs, new events, new organizations. But I will say one of my favorite ones is our president always changes our dining comments based on the State of the Union. Last year he did Game of Thrones, so we had ice sculptures and medieval times right on campus.
That's crazy. How do you guys do it with these sculptures? Sorry about that. Do they stay sculpted or do they melt over time?
I have no clue how we don't melt over time, but I'm sure our electricity bill is quite high for that 1 week.
Wow, that's such an incredible experience. Loyola University at New Orleans, do you have anything to add?
Yes, for our one of my favorite traditions that we do on campus. As you know, we're located in the city of New Orleans, which is pretty mild, hot and humid year round for the most part. But during the first week of December, we do a day, it's called Snow Day, and it's spelled the Cajun style, SNEAUX, Snow Day. And basically we bring these ice machines on campus where they make, snow here in the front lawn of our administration building. We invite students, community colleagues and faculty and staff, and our president comes out. But we just serve hot coffee and people build snowmen, have snowball fights, and just bring a little bit of winter down here in the South. But that's my favorite tradition.
Wow, that's so neat. I'm sure that snow, well, before this year isn't that common in the South. So that is such a cool experience. And last but not least, to wrap up this question, Louisiana Tech University.
Okay, so my favorite tradition is the Spirit of '88. Just a little bit of backstory about the Spirit of '88. Louisiana Tech's football team had a losing streak. Like we won literally every single football game in 1988. So the graduating class donated 3 brass bulldogs, and they're located all around campus. We have one in our president's office, one in the field house for when our football players enter the stadium, and then one in our student center. The one in the student center, students visit, and on their way to class, if they need good luck, they rub the head of the brass bulldog and go along their way. But it's just nice to see students, it's just a tradition that everyone shares around campus, and it's really heartwarming to see. And then also our athletes, as they're, running out onto the field to play a game, also rub the head of the brass bulldog. So
that's great. Thank you so much for that. So we're coming up to our last question, folks, and hopefully we get to do this before the time ends. But it's a kind of similar question, and I hope that there is a little bit more to share. But give an interesting or fun fact about your school. What is something that people typically probably don't know about your school? And again, we can start off with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette.
One interesting fun fact about us is that we have a swamp right in the middle of our school that houses alligators, turtles, and fish. So yeah, I think that's one very interesting fact. And if you do come on a campus tour, you do get to feed the alligators during your tour because we have a pier that goes right into the middle of the swamp.
Interesting. Can we have the Catholic University of America join us?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the kind of fun facts that I always like to share is that while Catholic University is Division III in athletics, we actually won the second ever Orange Bowl in football in 1936. So we are currently Division III, but we did, like I said, compete at Division I at one point and won the second ever Orange Bowl.
Super neat. Lynn University, can you join us?
Yeah, I mean, we don't feed alligators in Florida, so my hat's off to you on that one, Jalen. But a fun fact is IBM was actually created 100 feet away from us.
That is really interesting. Next up, we have Loyola University of New Orleans.
Yes, one of a fun fact about our school, I would say a majority of our student events that we have either will feature seafood, Cajun food. We actually do crawfish Fridays on certain Fridays throughout the year, where we bring out, crawfish, which is kind of like a type of, it's like a smaller than a shrimp, a small miniature lobster kind of. That's how the best way I can describe it. So we do love our Cajun food here. So definitely you'll have great fun here.
Absolutely, sounds delicious. Sorry, Sarah, go ahead. What is your interesting fact?
Some of our notable alumni, I guess, include Terry Bradshaw, Carl Malone, the mailman, and Kix Brooks of Brooks and Dunn, Phil Robertson of Duck Dynasty, Trace Adkins. So we have some pretty cool, notable alumni from Louisiana Tech University.
That's neat. Has anyone ever gone to perform?
Oh, sorry. Yes, at homecoming, Trace Adkins actually has, Kix Brooks has, and Terry Bradshaw come back a good bit as well to our homecoming.
Super, super neat.
Yeah.
Well, folks, that kind of wraps up what I have in terms of questions. I really would love to open it to the floor to our reps and see if they have anything that they would like to add. And feel free, just hop on and give us a little bit of information about yourself. Sorry, no particular order. We can definitely start with the University of Louisiana at Lafayette if that helps.
Okay. As far as fun, well, about me, I am located in the Dallas area. I don't think I shared that with everybody. But any questions that y'all have, don't hesitate to just reach out to me and ask those questions. UL is very culture diverse. Like I said, we have students from all 50 states and over 70 countries. So you will meet a brand new face every single day. And if you're good with meeting people and talking to people, Lafayette is the place to be. It's very family oriented and it feels like home once you step foot on our campus.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, I mean, we sharing something right now, or sorry?
Yeah, sorry about that. That was my mistake. Go ahead.
No, sorry. Yeah, no, I mean, I would definitely kind of repeat those sentiments. If you guys, again, we are open for tours right now. So if you guys are in the Washington, D.C. area for any which reason, we would definitely encourage you to come to campus. We currently have students from all 50 states, 46 countries. So you definitely won't be alone coming all the way from Texas to Washington, D.C. and the nation's capital. Like I said, it's an awesome experience to be able to live here.
Thank you so much. Lynn University, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, everybody summed it up best. And I think the only thing I would say is just remember there's 4,000 schools in the United States. Try to find which one's going to be the right match for you. And it's not always that quote unquote name brand with that 5% acceptance rate.
Perfect. Thank you. Loyola University, any final thoughts?
Yeah, I just reiterate that to come visit, campus. I know with COVID and restrictions, hopefully coming up pretty soon or being lifted, definitely come and visit those campuses. If you can't, we understand, but take a virtual tour at least. But again, kind of reach out, and then that's what we're here for. We're as regional reps or representatives, we're here to answer all your questions. So don't feel free to reach out to us.
Absolutely. And we can just end it off with Louisiana Tech University. Any final thoughts?
I actually did forget to mention that we are doing on-campus tours right now. So please, if you have the chance to make it out to Ruston, I highly encourage you to come look at Louisiana Tech if you're interested, and encourage you to try to go visit as many college campuses as you possibly can.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And thank you for joining us today. Whenever to the attendees, when you close your window, there will be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. And we'd appreciate any feedback that you could provide. Also, there's just one more session, or there's more sessions that will be hosted. So feel free to sign up for those additional sessions. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session recording, as well as all other session recordings at strivescan.com/Texas. So thank you everyone for joining us and have a great day.